So once again, I'd just like to thank you all for watching the last episode of Lost Rail Beds. And this is going to be the Bangall edition. And
here you go, boss.
Oh, I've just been handed a note from my producer. Let's see. It says, wow, we're up to 20-something subscribers and almost 1,000 views. He also wants to say, keep up the good work and what's for dinner? I do believe we're having meatloaf tonight. Thanks, guys. So today marks a couple of milestones. First of all, it's Sunday. That's a milestone in itself. Second of all, I'm using a 5-foot-long selfie stick. See? Goes way on around. All the way up and all the way down. Today, I want to tell you about the next video. We're going to be talking about Bangall, New York. Town of Stamford, Dutchess County, up in the Hudson Valley. And it's on the NEWBURGH, Dutchess, and Connecticut rail line. We're going to talk to you today about Bangall, New York. The old train station, some of the modern day conveniences that are still left there, and some of yesterday's relics that are long gone, but we've got photos and pictures of. So stay tuned for Lost Rail Beds. Bangall, New York. Thanks, guys. Oh, hey. Didn't know you were there. I want to welcome you back to yet another exciting, action, fun-filled adventure of Lost Rail Beds. Where are we today? Well, I'm sitting in the confines of Sam the Silver Car because it's 22 degrees outside. And we are in Bangall, New York. B-A-N-G-A-L-L, Bangall, 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 Bangall. A lot of people say it a lot of different ways. I choose to say it Bangall, and I believe that's how the founding fathers meant it to be said. Enough about that. I'll tell you some more about the cause of the name in a little while. Let's go outside. We're right here off of Mill Lane right now in Bangall, and we are by some beautiful stonework. We are by a newly renovated little mini park that they've made here right at the site of the old trestle. And we are also at the site of an old mill. Let's go check it out. Come on! Got some beautiful old stoneworks here, just north of the trestle. Old foundation to a building. It was probably part of the mill. Yeah, also got some interesting little sinkholes here. It's probably going to be hard for you to see. We got the sun behind us here. It's the afternoon. There's a sinkhole here. A lot of sinkholes here. A lot of stones. Now, sometimes that's indicative of graves. These are too big. These were clearly part of the mill. Yeah. Bangall, New York. We'll not go any further because that's somebody's yard. Let's go back and check out the stonework. Here we go. Would you look at that? Nice little brass valve on a pipe coming out of that foundation right there. Huh. I didn't see that. I'm glad I saw it. Caught it on film for you. There's your old pal Sam the Silver Car. And there's that newly mentioned fence. Uh-oh. Here I thought I could walk in there and it says posted. Well, as I've told you in some former videos, yeah. Oh, look. We were even on posted property right there. How about that? Oh well. I didn't get arrested. Posted. But yet they've got a state historical sign here. Let's go check it out. Haight Mills, James B. Haight, 1841, 1901, old flour, feed, cider, sawmills that stood near this site. 1887, destroyed by fire. Huh. There's an old piece here. There's an old piece here. There's an old
pretty good. That's probably part of that shaft. Yeah. Let's see what we got over here. Oh, look at this. Yeah. Threaded pipe shaft. It's solid. Solid with a keyway. Look at that keyway. I'm hoping you can see that. Look at that giant keyway right there. Center pin. That's solid iron right there. Huh. Pipe. Another foundation. This was the mill, or part of it. And this is modern. Oh, nobody down there. By the way, if you see anything in these videos, when you're sitting there watching them in your comfy chair, if you see anything that pops out at you that I did not see and did not mention or comment on, please, please, please add that to your comments. After you've maybe hit the like button. Now I'm starting to sound like a YouTuber. Hit the like button and subscribe. Yeah, well, why not? I know I would. Let's get out of here before the police show up and go up top. Okay. Just for reference, it is a dead end. It is a one-lane road, and it is Mill Lane here in town of Stamford, Bangall. There's something. Let's check that out. Well, look at that post. What do you think that is, guys? Is that a cross arm to telegraph pole set in the ground? We'll never know. I just jumped. I didn't hurt my knee. Hey, Sam. Stay there. Oh yeah, this is where the trestle was, right here in Bangall. Isn't that cool, guys and gals and kids of all ages? Yeah, yeah, look at that. That's neat. Yep, it's a rail bed up top. And there's the other one over there. Now those center ones this would have been all wood right on across here. I'm going to guesstimate 252 feet and 6 inches. How's that for a guesstimate? Between piers. Yeah. Well, we're just below the actual main little village of Bangall. And this road just goes up. I see they just freshly blacktopped it. Goes up and ends at the bridge up there. Maybe we'll take a hike up there. But for now, let's see if we can get up top there. Bear with me. Looking north on the NEWBURGH, Dutchess in Connecticut. And here's an old twisted barbed wire. Look at that. Try to get it so you can see it. Look at that. Yeah, that's quite old. And this, my friends, is locust. Yeah. Anyways, we're up top here. Let's go on over. You can see the concrete cap right on the tippy top. Tippy top. It's cold out. My lips don't work. Of the trestle. Here it is, the top right here, and I'm gonna kneel. Whoa, there's the road right on down there, and over yonder is the other one. Let's go up into the village proper. well, we took a journey up that mill lane all the way to the end, almost to the end. And this is the mill pond that would have stored ice. They would have cut ice out of here, and it would have been a storage area for the creek that goes up. We've got a nice little gravel walk here. It doesn't say stay out. Well, it says don't go there. It says thin ice, and it says slippery when wet or icy. Now this is the stream. This is actually, I do believe, technically, this is the Huns Lake stream, Huns Lake Creek. I'm probably wrong. I may be right. Usually wrong in these cases. But this is the stream that was dammed up at various spots along the way, and fed a bunch of different water wheels. There was one right there. I'll have to see if these folks will give me permission to walk down there and film it a little closer. I do believe I see a date on that concrete down there with the sluice way underneath and the 2 rod pins that would have held the wheel. And there is a grinding wheel right there that they've got for a nice piece of yard art. But they've done a nice job fixing this all up here. Bunch of different sluices. They could have controlled the flow of water, sped it up, slowed it down, depending on production needs, as most mills could do. And it's a nice little walkway here. I would encourage folks to come out. They don't want you going off the walkway, that's for sure. Gosh, they've got posted signs every 8 feet. And anyway, this goes on up to Huns Lake Road, right up there. Oh, nice house burning some wood. Burn wood, folks, don't burn fuel oil. You'll have to take out a 3rd mortgage. Don't worry, I won't fall. All right, let's go back to Sam. Let's backtrack and head up to the village proper. Beautiful homes on this road. Beautiful homes in this area. Many of them dating back well before, of course, the turn of the century. I'm not talking about the Y2K century either. You guys know what I'm talking about. Yep. So you might wonder, where did the name Bangall, there I am, come from? Funny name, isn't it? Millerton, Smithtown, Johnstown, those are kind of common names. You can figure out those good enough. But I'll tell you, long time ago, must have been around 1790s, this old tinker came by, and he came down through this settlement just a little bit outside of Stanfordville, and it wasn't yet called Bangall. Oh, I got a guest. Hey, if you stick around, you might learn something. And this old tinker came through town. He was a tinker. He was a metal tinker, you know, and he would do metal tinsmithing and stuff like that. And there was a bunch of bullies in this town, and they got after him, and they got after his horse. Now, who would pick on a horse? That's crazy. Word has it, local legend, these kids, these bullies, these troubled youth, hit that poor old horse right on top of the head with a hammer, knocked him out, cleared down to the ground, and killed him. Well, the town tinker was heard to say, well, this does bang all. And there you go. That's how it got its name. Folklore, you decide. Catch you later. Here we are just at the southern end of the what would have been the Bangall yard, rail yard, ND&C. This is the bed heading south toward well, point south, NEWBURGH, down that way. Yeah, somebody just threw a rock at me. Maybe it was Bigfoot. Anyway, that's pointing south. Working on securing some permission to go that way. I'll go down that way on the only public spot I can find, and I'll catch that in a second. spinning around here. We're now looking north. And let's get out of these slightly wooded area here. Walking on the bed. NEWBURGH, Dutchess in Connecticut. Past the brambles. And we come out into the big wide open here. Big wide open here in Bangall. And we are indeed on the bed, looking north towards Bangall proper. Now the big building there to your right there, that's the old Stage Stop restaurant. That was an old wayside. That was an old inn. That was an old station stop right there. In between there and Sam is the rail yard where the station was built, and then subsequently when they expanded, they moved the station to the other side of the tracks. Then the station was moved a second time. We'll get into that a little bit later in this video. That's pretty cool. I'm noticing something over here. Could be an old couch. It could be a coffin. It could be just a wooden box. But as long as that police officer leaves me alone, we'll go look. Oh, it looks like it's modern day box. Yeah. I got all excited. I thought it was a small foundation for something. Anyway, there's a couple more there. It looks like a mulch bin. Okay, nice little mulch bin. All right, let's get back down into Bangall proper. I'll get right back to you. You don't need to hear me breathe and walk. All right, well, we are a little bit closer down here, Sam, right here. And this house would have been here. This house was here when the rails were here. It's a nice old one. I actually used to deliver oil to that house. Number 15 Stage Stop Way. And this is the driveway. Now, there were several sidings here in this yard. This was a yard. Bangall was not a NEWBURGH or a Poughkeepsie, but it certainly had a small little yard. And it was a bustling hub of activity here. Had a lot of different businesses, blacksmith shops. They had a hotel. They had, oh, look at this. That's pretty cool. Bulbs and quorums of some sort. That whole basement of that house is filled up right there. Huh. This is the once thriving Stage Stop restaurant that is no more. The latest incarnation of it was the Red Devon, and they're closed up now. I honestly don't know what's going on in there now, but it's quite a nice building. This is and was the rail yard right here. Big wide expanse. It's now blacktopped and used as access to get into the back part of Bullis Hall and some apartments that are there. Probably the average person driving in has no clue what it used to be, but I guess that's why tomfooleries like me are out here with a camera documenting it, so that someday down the line it won't be forgotten. And here is Bangall proper, complete with its little park dedicated to veterans. It's all chained off, but even with my old legs we can hop over. Oh well, let's not hop. Let's just take the broken one here. Yeah. Well, we got the boxwoods. We got the obligatory shells. We got the nice cannon pointed at the flagpole. Fire! Shoot the flagpole down. And we got the ornamental grasses. And we've got the honor roll Yeah, God bless you, boys. Now you see Jimmy Cagney Way, James Cagney Way. Yes, that was Jimmy Cagney, the actor. We'll maybe do a little story on him coming up. This here was the hub of Bangall, per se. Storage units. You can see the loading dock facility there, raised up for a truck to back into. And there's the zip code, in case you're wondering. You want to mail me a postcard. This was for years and years a very prosperous general store and deli and little respite and roadside hideaway for a while. It was the Bangall Market, the Bangall General Store. Very prosperous old house over there. I believe that was part of the Bullis family. And yeah, let's go check out the post office, that building up there. Well, here we are, United States Post Office, Bangall, New York. Quaint little building. It ain't your city post office. Nice little tidbit of info there. And the rail line, of course, went right on through. There's the yard, and we're pretty much standing on the bed here, and the trestle went right on through there. You can see the bed, and the other trestle that we couldn't see from the woods is about 100 feet in front of us, and it's private property. And there's somebody looking out the window at me saying, what is this bearded wonder doing with a camera? There's the bed right there. I'm hoping you can see it. And that goes on over to where we started. Goes north up into McIntyre and Pine Plains, Attlebury and Pine Plains. Yeah, well, let's go in the post office and say hi. Looks like they're open.
Or more.
Okay, well, we are inside the beautiful historic time capsule Bangall train station. Here's a beautiful sculpture that local infamous Pete Wing sculpted back in 1993. First major from Stanfordville. And this building is a time capsule, the old tin ceiling. The original map here of the county. 1858, if my eyes aren't lying. The original boxes, wainscoting, beautiful counter. This is a time capsule, folks. There aren't too many of them left. And it is on the Dutchess County Tourism map and scheduled stop. So you are more than welcome to stop on by and view it. And remember history. Poughkeepsie something Bangall U.S. Mail. Poughkeepsie to Bangall U.S. Mail. Look at that. Great. Awesome. Thank you. Still in Bangall here. We are at the beautiful roadside Bullis Hall. Right here on the road. There is, up there, Bullis Hall, original wooden sign from this building. The Grand Hotel of Bangall. That's once where the sign was, right there on that nice old ornate signpost. All gone. And I do believe, now that's looking down Millis Lane, there's of course the old general store there, and Bullis Hall was a general store also. Seems every community, every hamlet had a few general stores. That might have been a Bullis home right there. I will find out and edit it into the video for you. When we sit down at the computer and do the arduous task of editing. And right here is where St. Mary's Church used to be. This is, I believe, where they relocated, the railroad relocated the church when they paid to have the original one torn down. So I thought I would try a little experiment here. We're holding the camera outside of Sam's window here. we're gonna pretend we're weary travelers that just came across the ferry from Newburgh down into Plum Point, Dennings Point, down below Beacon, and we hopped on a train and we've made the long trek up here, and we're just north of Millbrook coming into Bangall, and we're coming down the railroad bed looking for a nice warm pillow and a stiff drink in Bangall, New York, as we spend the night. Maybe talk to some folks. We're heading down the line into the yard right now. He's got his brakes on. Of course, we got to take a turn in modern day world here, and we'll stop right here in Bangall, and the conductor will come and help us get off, and we'll spend the night. Hey, let's move. Here's the rail bed on North Anson Road, right up top. So from Bangall proper, you go just a tad bit up Bangall-Amenia Road, and you make your first right on Dual, and you take Dual Road all the way up to North Anson. Now you see this one's been updated, 1900 and something, 10, 11. This one here I've known about for decades. I used to live not too far from here. I'd come up here and stick my feet in the water on hot days. This is North Anson, and of course everything's posted anymore. You got to be careful, you know, like that Mr. Policeman. He follows me around. I think he's just some guy with a police uniform and a badge that likes to harass me, because he seems like the same guy that I've encountered in Montgomery, New York, Parsippany, New Jersey, Bethesda, Maryland, and now here in Bangall, New York. I think he's the same guy. There's an old foundation over there. And years ago, there used to be a windmill out in these woods that used to be field. It's long gone. It was a Chicago air motor. Yep, it's long gone. So this is something that the railroads had to persevere with. Crossing streams, crossing lows, crossing highs, and trying to get from point A to point B as quickly, as straightly, and as cheaply as possible. See if I can get a better date. I'm gonna climb this bank. Wish me luck. Perfect example of watch what you're looking for. There's some beautiful square cut railroad stones right here on the west side of North Anson Road after I climbed up. Let's see what else we find. It's pretty thick over here. Not sure I can make it down. I left Sam running too. Let's hope that policeman in the uniform doesn't come and steal Sam. Hey, you never know. He could be a car salesman. Yeah, I might be able to make it down there. I'll get back to you. Well, as often was the case, the railroads skimped on concrete up on the top, and it does have a date up there. I'm on the west side. I made it without dying. It does say 1911. So that's about right. 1905, 06, right on through 1910, 11, 12 is when they started doing the switch over from the stones to the concrete. 1911, North Anson Road, Bangall, town of Stamford, just south of Bangall, Dutchess County, New York, United States of America, universe. Now I have to get, maybe I'll shimmy up this tree. No, that won't hold me. I'll get back with you guys. Wish me luck. Hey, I made it. I'm actually on top of the trestle right now, of the culvert. Yep. There it is right there. And Walk a little bit on the bed. Yeah, let's go this way. Oh, good. Sam's still down there. Officer O'Malley didn't steal it. Good job, Sam, not getting stolen. Good job. Oh. I always have to check. Nope, that's a stubble. I always have to check because I was walking on this old rail line down in New Jersey one day, and I tripped on something, and it was a ground rod. I think it actually happened to me up in Copake also. Yeah, Copake, New York. Anyway, here we are. We're walking on the bed. We're heading south. I'm actually just stalling, looking for a little bit better place to go down. But as you can see, the bed is still really well preserved. From 1939, 1940, when this last saw a train. I made it. Hi, Sam. Let's go. So if Sam were a Model A, and if this were 1929, and if he were sitting right where he is, and if there were a train coming, yes, he would indeed be smashed to smithereens because he's sitting right on the bed of the NEWBURGH, Dutchess, and Connecticut, just south of Bangall, town of Stamford, at the intersection of South Hanson, North Hanson, Sisters Hill. Yeah, right in off of 82. Posted, no hunting. Property has been leased for deer hunting season. Oh, that's right. First day of hunting was the other day. Here's the bed. Now, funny story, little anecdote here. I used to live right up there at the top of that hill, Sisters Hill, on a sheep farm. And my wife and I would swear we heard the ghost train late at night, midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. But I must confess, I did drink a lot of Genesee Cream Ale back then. I'll let you decide. Anyway, there it is. Rail bed, town of Stamford, NEWBURGH, Dutchess, and Connecticut. Okay, anybody recognize this grass? How about this blacktop or the white line? Or the road or the yellow line or the other white line? We are at an undisclosed location. I'll give you a clue. It's about 5 or 6 miles from Bangall proper. And we're walking up onto a spot that used to be pretty near and dear to my heart. Still is, somewhat. Anyway, it's up here in the woods, and it has ties to Bangall, has ties to the train station, has ties to that locale, and it is indeed it's a foundation. Oh, looky, a bay window cutout. Well, could it be? Yes, it is. Complete with tires and cans and cylinders. This, folks, is the exact footprint of the Bangall train station, because this is where, after it was long abandoned and the railroads were pulled up and it was all gone, some old man bought it and moved it here for a hunting cabin. He had a wonderful little spot here. He had a well. He had electric. He had running water. Yeah, just about everything you could imagine you might need to live in an old relocated train station on the side of a road. he had a swing set. I don't know if he had kids or a wife or even a dog. But I tried to buy this building from an old employer of mine who would never give me the old man's phone number to ask him about it. And I literally, every time I'd drive by it, would watch it fall and sink and collapse and shudder and wither away until he came down. And all that's left is the concrete block foundation and memories of when they lived here. And I would drive by and see it. And there's a debris field. There's an old refrigerator over there. And an old wash bucket. And an old, oh look, Philco refrigerator door. And there's an old porcelain bucket. Old porcelain bucket. And a dishwasher and a stove and a range. And there's the refrigerator. Yeah, it's quite a debris field. Here's what they used to do. They used to take old tires and on rims and flip them upside down and inside out and make little planters out of them with those ridged pieces. How many of you remember them? And there's a barberry bush. And now, the best thing about this is, when you drive by here late winter, early spring, you'll still see a beautiful row of daffodils, yellow daffodils planted all around the foundation, popping up through the snow and the leaves. That's how you know it's there. Yep. Modern. Yep, so this is the old Bangall train station where she came to rest here on, oh, I almost gave you the name of the road, didn't I? You'll figure it out sooner or later. Yep. She came here to die. Poor old building. Well, there's that.